So, I forgot to check this out yesterday, but Black Myth Wukong, the first hands-on preview, a new gameplay video came out yesterday with Black Myth Wukong. And if you guys don't know, this is a game that I am very excited for and very interested in and wanting to play and see, you know, fully developed for when it comes out soon. But a friend of mine said that, you know, they released another trailer, and I forgot to check this out yesterday around when it, you know, first dropped, but you know, I'm here now to check it out. So yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and see what this new first hands-on preview is about, and you know, just see what's to be more expected of this game and see how this game is gonna go. So let's go ahead.
Since Black Myth Wukong released its first trailer 3 years ago, every year on August 20th, the developer Game Science has shown something new about the development progress of the game. However, what's different this year is that we finally got to play it. My 45-minute demo provided 3 boss fights and a relatively complete chapter experience. It's worth noting that after the event, the dev team made some adjustments to the trial version based on the feedback and suggestions received during the closed-door evaluation that I participated in. As a result, my experience may differ slightly from what others experienced in Hangzhou and at Gamescom in Cologne.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Very curious to how this will go.
Due to time limitations, this trial version did not include the level up system. However, it provided players with a set of skills and equipment that will be obtained in the mid-game of the final version. In addition to basic light and heavy attacks, the protagonist's attack stances can be switched between 3 different postures, including smash form, pillar form, and thrust form at any time. Furthermore, spells such as Immobilize, Stone Solid, Ring of Fire, and the Pluck of Many are also available for use. There are also 2 transformation abilities. One turns you into the previously seen Fireblade Wolf, and the other results in a creature with poisonous attacks. Additionally, players...
So, that's really interesting, right? So, there's a stance setting. I didn't know about that. So, there's a stance. You can choose whatever type of stance. So I'm basically the regular base stance with the bow staff, pillar to where you can extend the staff, and I forgot the other one that they just said. But then there's also like 4 key elements. Then there's transformation. That's interesting. See, because the more I look at Black Myth Wukong, I'm pretty sure it is supposed to be Souls-like, but I feel like if I were to compare like 2 games mixed up with each other, it seems like it's gonna be like Sekiro, and I've never really played Neo. Like, I remember I tried 2 years ago, and then I forgot to play it, but I need to. But I think Neo has some like different postures or something that you can do as well. I feel like this game is gonna be a mixture of Sekiro and Neo together, maybe, or maybe like what was the game that came out? Wulong Fallen Dynasty. So it could probably be something like that, maybe, but I don't know. We just have to see more, or maybe experience it. We'll just have to see.
Will find and collect certain potions for in-game use. It's important to note that these configurations may vary slightly depending on the different stages. The first boss is named Centipede Guai, and it appeared in the first 13-minute gameplay trailer released in 2020. This time, it awaits players in a horrible cave. Its attack methods include rolling and heavy punches, as well as the ability to release poisonous gas. This gas inflicts a slow-acting poison effect on the protagonist, causing gradual health loss, which can only be cured by consuming antidote potions. However, this boss is considered relatively easy overall in terms of difficulty for this trial version.
The first boss.
After becoming familiar with its attack patterns, most players should be able to defeat it easily. The second boss is the Macaque Chief, as seen in the snow map.
The what? I'm sorry. You know people are gonna meme that. You know people are gonna meme that. Next boss is Macaque. I'm like, alright, bro.
Mountain of the 2021 trailer. This time, players can experience the sequence just as it was shown. You can observe how the protagonist's movements and combat in the snow-covered terrain dynamically affect the accumulation of snow in real time. This battle also holds a secret. If the Macaque Chief's health is reduced to half within a certain time, it triggers his second phase. To encounter the monkey with wings, the protagonist needs to venture deeper into the scene. In this state, the monkey's aggression, attack range, and attack patterns all increase significantly. It gains the ability to launch aerial assaults against the player, making for a thrilling and intense encounter. The third boss is the Tiger Vanguard, who appeared in the 2022 trailer. This time, the Tiger Vanguard awaits players as challenges in a blood pool in a temple. According to the developers, this boss will play a role in the storyline as an NPC who imparts the Stone Solid skill to the protagonist. Therefore, you will witness him using this skill during the battle. One highlight of this scene is how the water reacts and changes dynamically with the actions in combat. The Tiger Vanguard boasts—
I think that's a little cool detail. Like, because you know how you, like, fighting and scene, you see the blood and shit. So it's like, you know, the more you fight, the more you see the water changes color. I think that's a little cool effect right there.
The highest attack speed and aggression among the three bosses. Not only does he possess both physical and spell-based attack abilities, but his combo attacks also deal substantial damage, making it easy to fall victim to his assault. The chapter experience provided during the Hangzhou event that I played the game at is called Purple Cloud Mountain. The overall scenery is somewhat reminiscent of the in-game footage shown in the 2022 trailer. This is a relatively complete level experience, featuring various environments such as forests, villages, and temples. There are also as many as 4 or 5 types of enemies waiting for players along the way. Don't underestimate these minions, as they also possess the ability to deliver a fatal blow to the protagonist with a single strike. There's also a detour path in the level that players might not easily find, where they can encounter a hidden boss, the Poisonous King. This creature has the appearance of a scorpion-like monster. After engaging in conversation with it, players need to break the wine barrel beside it to start the battle. This hidden boss presents the highest level of difficulty in this trial version. It possesses extremely fast attacks, deals heavy damage, and boasts skills that inflict poison on the player. It took me nearly an hour of fighting to defeat it, and there were several instances where I succumbed to poison before being able to use the cure potion in time. And while Black Myth shares some similarities in its mechanics with the Dark Souls series, the combat feel here is quite distinct from any other similar games. In my opinion, this distinction arises from the fact that in other Souls-like games, players typically wielded weapons like swords or axes, with the grip at the weapon's end during combat. However, in Black Myth Wukong, the main weapon is a staff, primarily held in the middle. The grip on the staff changes according to different moves, creating a varied rhythm and action, even changing the length of the staff in combat. The impact—
One thing I can definitely say that does look interesting, and I just noticed. So you see how here on the bottom right, where he talked about the stance changes?
Grip at the weapon's end during combat. However, in Black Myth Wukong, the main weapon is a—
You see that one dot right there? I feel like that one dot is like, depending on what stance you're on, it's like that stance, you're at level 1 on that stance, right?
Staff, primarily held in the middle. The grip on the staff changes according to different moves, creating a varied rhythm and action, even changing the length of the staff.
The more that white bar meter goes up, the more you keep leveling up the staff.
From the staff strike.
And I feel like the more you level up the staff, depending on what stance you're on, the more moves that you can do, or techniques that you could do. So that's interesting.
Enemies is quite distinctive as well. Coupled with the support from the spell system during combat, Black Myth Wukong stands apart as an action RPG with a unique feel, differentiating itself from other ARPG and action games that have come before. Ultimately, despite developer Game Science providing a substantial amount of gameplay content in this trial version, there are still numerous questions waiting to be answered. For example, whether the protagonist possesses any other weapons, how the level up system works and what the skill tree looks like, and how many transformations and spells are available. All of these questions can only be answered once the game is finally released. Speaking of which, Black Myth Wukong is currently scheduled for release in the summer of 2024 for both PC and next generation console platforms.
Okay.
For more on your favorite games, keep it right here.
Alright, interesting. Yeah, because I was going to say, I feel like the game definitely still looks like it needs to be polished up more. But it's not looking bad, though. It's not looking bad. But it is, this game is still catching my interest. like, cause here's the thing about Souls-like games, right? Souls-like games are usually difficult, but I think the best part about Souls-like games, in my opinion, I don't know about anybody else, it's the atmosphere that brings to it. Like, you know how, you know, in Dark Souls 3, after you beat the tutorial boss, you get to Firelink Shrine, right? And you go towards, you bonfire travel to the first bonfire you got. And you open that door and you just see everything. The best part about Dark Souls is when, like, you open that door, that slow door animation movement, and it's just like, whoa, here's your big area. You could go here or you could go here. Go however you like, whatever. It's cool. I like that. I like that. But with this game, I feel like it may sort of be like that, but it's gonna be, I feel like, a little bit more linear. But I don't know, because I feel like there's gonna be some Wukong elements to the exploration, probably not, but not level wise, because Wukong was like more of missions. So yeah, but I mean, we'll see how the game is when it comes out and everything. But I think the game is pretty cool. The combat looks like it's gonna be really amazing. But I feel like they definitely gonna need to polish up and just make the, I feel like this game, atmosphere wise, will really go crazy if they polish that. But other than that though, I think that's all I got really. Yeah, I think this game would be really cool, and we might get more news about it during the Game of the Year awards. But he said, you know, the game might come out summer 2024, next generation console PC. So yeah. I would figure that's actually a good amount of time. Don't release it early. Okay, we need games to be polished before getting sent out for people to purchase. Come on now. But I think that's it. You guys have a good one.